Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Let's Play Planet Nomads. Unfortunately, we had to restart this series because I didn't realize at the time, because I'm new at the game, of course, like most people watching it would be new. And either way, the seed I had picked originally was a very, very, very bad seed. Basically, it put us on an island, and we ended up with limited resources. Now, I could fly to other islands, but they were, I don't know if they do it in yard or meters or whatever, but they were like 2,000 meters away when I got to them, and it was the identical type island, basically, and it was in a new biome, and it makes it very hard to play, basically, almost impossible. So we're going to start a new world, and this one is Here We Go, which was a seed that somebody threw on the forums. I actually tried a bunch of other seeds, which were pretty decent, but I thought, you know what, I'll do this one, just because I did like the starting area a bit more, and hopefully gives us a better start from now on. So let's call this Let's Play 2.0 or something. It doesn't really matter. I'll probably label the series as like the first Let's Play or whatever, and just hide the other ones over time or something like that. Once again, I do apologize. That's just the nature of early access games and games in general. You know, you learn new things. You know, there's a lot of sandbox games out there with procedural generation where, you know, you basically have to re-roll your starter. You're kind of screwed. Like Factorial is a good example. I mean, even today, you know, you can start a brand new, you know, game in Factorial and have like one of the worst startings where you pretty much have to start over, or even stuck on a tiny island where you can't get off of. So here we go. Our ship or whatever, I guess we had problems and we ended up crashing into this planet from a drop pod. Woo! You can hit space. We're not going to hit space, of course. So this is the new land. Pretty damn awesome looking. There's even animal life already. That was one thing we saw. One animal life on the entire... Actually, I don't even know if you guys saw it. I think that was the 4th episode I tried recording when I learned that I'm pretty much doomed. Yeah, so press and hold space with the jetpack to hover. Hover with the jetpack. You're hurt from crashing. Press 1 to use bandages. There you go. So you got a small tutorial you need to follow. So we're thirsty. So it wants us to put a thirst thing on the bar here. There you go. I don't know if we skip this ahead what happens here, but I'm going to try it anyways. Drag and drop the water purifier. And nutrients. Oh, that was probably a bad idea because I missed one of them. There you go. There you go. Okay, we already did that, but now it's probably pissed off at us because we... Oh, no. Yeah, we skipped ahead there. Oh, and it's doing it again? Oh, no, there we go. We got it. Silly tutorials. Don't rush them. They're not, I don't think, programmed to go that far advanced, unless if it just shut down. Okay, there we go. So we've eaten our food and water and all that twice. This is how you keep yourself alive. To create more food, you have to gather, forage, and blah, blah, blah. Okay, so they gather from the... So the first thing we want to do is create a shelter. To build, basically go into that tab mode. So this is your build menu. Open your build catalog. So it probably wants us to make the emergency 3D printer. We can place that wherever we would like. There you go. Maybe I want 2 3D printers. There you go. And then we can get our multi-tool out, and we can start putting it together. There you go. Use the same technique to create more blocks. Note that blocks require components. You can print them with the 3D printer you just created. Ooh, a 3D printer. But first you need resources. They can be found around the world inside of rocks, metallic veins, etc. So things like this just gives you probably some silicone and whatnot as well, right? It was things like this and iron that we ran out on the island even. I couldn't even find these regular rocks anymore. Okay, you need to do so in the 3D printer. Okay, so we got enough resources apparently to do our first thing. Produce items, a basic frame. So it wants us to produce a frame here. Do we start with some plates, or do I need plates too? Probably have to make the plates. Double click it. There you go. This concludes our blah 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 tutorial. Okay, so now that we're in the, we can go back in here, and this is your foundation. So this is like how you place your housing and stuff on here. It's kind of cool because it will remove all the grass around the neighboring area if you like. So let's start with this. What's the flattest spot around here? This looks pretty darn flat, doesn't it? I don't think we're gonna get much flatter. It's still kind of hilly in some spots, but I mean, I'd go for it anyway. So let's start it in this spot, I guess, here. There you go. And then we probably don't have enough resources. No. Then you'd build more of your frames, of course. So we go over here, and we can build. We'll just tell it to build as many frames as it can. And let's get out of this build menu. There you go. And then we just go around collecting resources at this point. So you're getting silicon as well, which is going to be needed quite a bit. So one thing we can do here, it's bringing it up now, is hit R. You got fuel cells in your inventory. These fuel cells right here can be used to power your tool. Your tool has, you see the left side has a capacity, a very small capacity, which you can use, but it takes longer to recharge, and so basically you can't ever be totally screwed. But if you hit R, you can use these batteries and you can really get things going. Now I don't know if there's battery 2.0s, 3.0s, multi-tool 2.0s, 3.0s. I think there is a lot of upgraded gear, but I guess we'll find this out more later on as well. I know already we probably have more resources than we got in the first episode, just because a lot of these common ingredients were the hard parts to get, because I had to basically mine for it because there wasn't a lot of rocks and stuff. But as far as I know, please don't be hostile. Oh wow, they're hostile. It's like, please don't be what you are. Okay, I guess they're gone, or they don't stay around that long. Okay, so we got some more stone here. This here, this creepy, cool-looking thing is just silicon. Oh, it's iron. What the? I'm even more confused. I've mined this before, and it ended up just being plain old silicon. I guess it's just whatever. Oh, let's recharge here. There you go. One thing I should probably grab is some wood as well. Or plants or something. I don't know if I can just grab this and get my plants. Oh yeah. The bio. Basic, you know, smaller I guess the plant or whatever, the less you get in the bio. Oh yeah, there you go. Silicon in this one. Silicon is quite important at low levels, probably any level, honestly, but I've only played the lower levels. Mainly your silicon is used for batteries, right? It's just same as the other stuff, but trees are everywhere, so you don't have to worry about that. But the silicon itself, I found it was a little harder to find. I never found any silicon underground, even though I believe silicon is underground. So this is the biomass stuff. Now there's one part I don't understand, but there's one tick of it where it doesn't give you the biomass, I notice. Oh, nighttime's coming. So this tick, it won't give you biomass, but in the next one it will. And if you wonder what I say a tick, I don't actually mean tick, but I basically mean one usage of the clock thing on the... where it is. You can see it goes there. I guess I should hit the F1, F2 because it keeps bringing that up. I'm assuming that's like part of the tutorial, right? There you go. We should check our inventory here. We got a bit of room left. And there you go, our battery's depleted. I mean, we could continue on with this one anyways, but... There you go. Timber! Makes me feel like I'm young again. I used to knock down lots of trees when I was a kid. And when I say knock down trees, they were always like dead and rotten trees. I wasn't actually knocking down like good trees. I mean, it's a little hard to knock down a good tree as a kid. Unless if you're actually trying to cut it down with an axe or something. This was more like just pushing down old dead trees in the forest. Downside with that is almost all those trees were birch trees, and this day and age there's no birch trees left in forests around where I live in Canada. I think that might be common quite far. Oh, we can hit F to get a flashlight out if you like. Now it's getting dark or nighttime, whatever you want to call it. One thing we can do is get back into our pod, and we can hit space, and we can change the time of day. Now, this is actually happening in real time. Keep this in mind. There is a clock at the top left, which is not working, oddly enough. But normally, the top left, that clock moves around. It actually shows you it moving, but right now it's acting up. But if we keep an eye on it, we should get daylight again. Unfortunately, there is no like actual clock in game showing you exactly where it is, but... There we go. Interesting. This is iron we're on top of. I'd rather not mine this out right now, though, because that's where we parking. But, yeah, so this, anyways, usually shows the clock at the top left, but it's of course, as you saw, was a bit glitchy there. So let's go ahead and get our frames in our inventory here. And let's go to the build menu. And we're going to snap this together if we can. Now this part's a little tricky. Their building does slightly snap, but it's not the best snapping in the world. Hopefully over time that, you know, of course gets improved, but it's a little more finicky right now than anything, but you can still get it done. Just requires a wee bit more patience. I can see it at the point right now, though, like it's a bit more painful than ever. So I could see some people just like, screw it, I'm only building just to build my basic shelter, and that's it. But hopefully you get used to it and go a little further than just your basic shelter. So we're going to craft 10 more of those. Then what we're going to do is we're going to craft, I don't know, well, maybe not quite that many, but let's craft 40 of the plates. The plates you need to basically finish welding this up, you need 3 plates per platform. And I'm probably going to make, I'm thinking of making a 3x3 for now. I think that would be a good starter platform or base for ourselves. And hopefully that works. By the way, hopefully the game is smooth enough. You probably notice it cuts a little more than normal. It's not really the game that's doing that. It's the way I'm recording. Unfortunately, I have to record in window mode, which the performance isn't as good. It even looks a lot more sluggish when I look at my OBS window. Usually you do game capture mode, but game capture does not work at all in this game. So I have to apologize ahead of time for that, unfortunately, because... there isn't much I can do about that right now, and that's more like that's just how things are, right? So, I think I'm building another one of these here for now. There you go. Let's go ahead and build a bunch of these, I guess. Wow, I can build 29 of those. I'm going to just say, sure, why not? It's a lot, but, you know, I'll use a lot of that over time anyways. For batteries and stuff, trust me, batteries are kind of an annoying thing at low levels, so the more, the better, and it's definitely working out in our favor, so that's a good thing. Actually, we're making more of these frames, right? So let's get these out of here. Nice. And you're going to need things like electronic circuits and things like that over time. You can pre-make them if you want, just so you have some of them done. It doesn't hurt, of course. I'm going to probably want some glass as well for the future. There you go. Let's just craft 5 of those for now. Okay. So I decided we're going to probably do this as a 3x3. So we got 2x2 right now. This is the part where things might get a little tricky. I might have to start... might have to start mining down a wee bit just to get the other 3 in, of course. But yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to push itself down, unfortunately, as we were hoping. So we're going to have to just go ahead and... you could probably do it here, to be honest. You probably don't have to... Holy crap. You can right-click, it uses a little less power, but it doesn't mine, really, the materials. That's a little more than I was expecting for the stuff. But hey, if it works, right? So... Ah, darn it. I was worried about that. It doesn't snap on, so... Oh, there it goes. Normally it doesn't snap on, I should say. I was going to say, so it's probably not going to play fair, but this actually did snap on. Nice. So you can see that you're going to have to clean this up a bit. Unfortunately, it probably means that you're going to have little holes. I don't know if there's a way to fix... Damn this. I don't know if there's a way to, of course, fix this over time. There you go. But you got to get your... There you go. Something like that should get us started anyways. There you go. It's not perfect, but it should work. It gets a bit messy, but that's just how things are, right? So we're done our 40 of these, so let's start welding, shall we? Now, you probably notice issues there are kind of slow, and that's because we need batteries, of course. We can go ahead and make some more batteries here. Just requires our patience. Oh, you can't reach this far? There you go. Yeah, you really want those batteries, don't you? Let's wait for one more. I don't know if we need more than one anyways for this, but there you go. There you go. And note that it's still, like, if we stop here, it's not at 450. I think it's like 350 or whatever it stops at, or when it builds. So, yeah, you want to keep welding it so it fully builds it. There we go. And there we go. And then we'd, of course, continue going on here. We're going to build some walls. So if we hit B, oh, you get other machines as well here. So you got a compact FAD machine, compact container. I want walls, but walls are probably blocked because you need something like unlock building reinforced wall corner. Okay, what about reinforced wall corner? Reinforced extra protection? You're a pain in my rear, you know that? Oh, sorry. Unlock by building reinforced wall corner. Unlock by building a biogenerator. So you have to create a biogenerator before you can do this to unlock creating a FAD machine. So you have to make a FAD machine, then you can make the one. Yeah, so you can't make walls and things like that quite yet, unfortunately. So there's your FAD machine. And I wonder if that's considered building it. I wonder if it unlocks now or... No, you actually have to physically build it, I guess, fully. So you need electronic components, the composites. So you remember we were making a bunch of these. We still need some of these for ourselves. And then which one was doing... Oh, yeah, here you go. Electronic circuits, etc. There you go. There you go. And then we should build the bio generator. Now the bio generator is a bit buggy right now, unfortunately. It seems like it's unlimited usage. As far as I know, it's supposed to use biomass, but unfortunately it doesn't. I don't know why that wasn't programmed in. I don't feel like that would have been too hard. I feel like the reason it's not added in is I don't think they know how they want to work it quite yet. that is the only thing I can come up with right now, because it doesn't seem that hard to add an inventory that would just automatically consume the energy. But maybe it's also, ooh, it's starting to rain. Maybe it's also related to energy calculation. Like maybe they weren't sure if the generator should run all the time and it just slowly consumes the biomatter, or rather it should use a certain amount of power depending on the withdrawal. I have no clue what their plans are with that, but all I can tell you is right now this provides power without actually having to give it fuel or anything like that. So some sort of renewable biochemical engine. Yeah, that's just the way of things. But like I said, it'll probably change over time. And here we go. So we can start using wall corners here. So wall corners, you want to get them right on the wall corner here. You can use your middle mouse button to move the structure stuff, the blocks themselves. There you go. And basically use this to get things going here. Not enough resources. Oh no. Yeah, you're probably going to need a lot more materials, period, of course. We were building kind of bigger than I would normally do it, but why not, right? It's more fun that way. We got lots of batteries now, too. So one thing we should probably consider building, just like as our last thing here, just because we're going to run out of the materials anyways here, is maybe a container or two just to store some items in it. So that way we can go out and gather without running out of resources right away. So let's do that. There's one. You can actually stack them. I don't have enough resources. But when they are stacked or side by side, I believe you can actually do a bit more with it, which is kind of interesting because I think you can see all the containers kind of in this menu, depending on where you open it from or something like that. I was playing around with it before, of course, because we had 3 episodes I got through, and then we decided to start over, of course, because of the limitations we ended up finding out. But either way, there we go. So now we can go out and we got 1,120 in total charges here. And so this material here usually is, you can see how long it takes. This usually doesn't provide much resources at all. No, it just gave you 1 carbon. So this is usually the stuff that's not worth mining, of course. You want to find the smaller, shinier rocks, things like that. There's plants here as well as you can grab. Sometimes these plants give those materials as well. Don't ask. I just go with it. See how? Yeah. So these plants give you all the resources. Just don't ask. It's how it works. And then, yeah, so between now and the next episode, I'll probably just go out and do a wee bit more gathering, just so we have some materials. I might go ahead and pre-build some plates and things like that, just so we have some more iron and whatnot left, of course. And then from there, we'll go on and we will look at what we got from there. Oh, I saw a bit of iron or something there. Here's a little caves you can find. There is a water level. It's sea level, basically. You probably notice some games where you dig under and they have water at like the ocean level and it's like there everywhere. It's kind of unfortunately the same in this game, so that water level is the same level everywhere in the game as far as I can tell, which means that you can't really go further than that. I guess you could go further than that, but you can't really see well underwater and things like that, so you're kind of in a sense trapped at that point. So yeah, there might be something for it later to make it easier, I'm not sure, but I've always found it just a bit more annoying when you have to mine down through that. Anyways, guys and girls, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and we'll be back for more.